we are
All
live.
right.
TK and the
Woohoo!
Bees Horror Buzz. We got a big show tonight, don't we, Beatrice?
Yes, we do. We're very, very excited. We have some special guests, and we know a lot of you are super excited to meet our upcoming guests. Um, and here's our first one,
Oh,
Rolly. No,
my
um,
favorite guest of all
our
time.
favorite guest. So, actually, we are still waiting for one of the guests to appear, but we do have the other ones. Um, I don't know. John, do you think anybody would recognize, I don't know, like that guy?
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if anyone would know him, but yeah, he is part of we're going to let him talk about what he is, but I had the
We
unbelievable
know what he
pleasure of
isn't. We were talking about that before we went live. We know what he isn't.
well, we
You don't
what?
say that word. Don't say the word. Yo.
Anyway, no, but we're super excited to have our next guest here. Oh, look, everyone, see, and for our guests are waiting in the waiting room, but hopefully they can see the they can
They can.
the comments, right? If we put them
Yeah, they
up.
can see the screen.
But so without any further ado, although hold on, I do want to get to our sound effects here. Hold on, I'll do this.
Oh, I got it. Crowd cheer. I got the crowd cheer ready.
Oh, you got the
I'm
crowd
all ready.
cheer ready?
I'm on it tonight. I'm on it tonight.
Okay.
Beatrice.
Well, let's start right. Oh, we lost Idris, disappeared, but we are going to start right away with our wonderful guest. Got the thing going?
Hey!
Man, legend.
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
Stop. Enough.
A little more.
There we go. Make it nice and loud. Yeah. We're so excited. So hello, David. How are you, sir?
I am doing well. How are y'all doing?
We're doing great. We're doing great. Now, is Howard your middle name?
Yes, that's my middle name. I have to go by my whole name because there's another SAG actor named David Thornton. He's actually Cyndi Lauper's husband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you have to have so you don't want to be confused with him.
No, I think that happens enough. You know, it's like I wish I could say I was in Home Alone 3, or The Notebook, but I can't.
You can't. Well, yes. So David, as we, again, as those of you who just joined us, we all know and love our David as Art the Clown.
Yay!
But we are going to be talking this evening about a show, which I'm wearing the shirt here, Dead Place. Woo! Which he gets to play the villain in this one as well, but this time he speaks. So this will be a real treat for the audience, right?
Oh yeah, I finally had to do lines. Oh, not do lines. That sounds wrong. Oh,
lines. That's why he was so
I had to memorize lines again. It was like it's like
no, you only did the lines at night. No, I'm just
kidding. No. I am totally sober. This is just me naturally crazy.
There you go. Yeah, people know that I'm that way too. We also are going to, because we're discussing, see, people are laughing, because we're discussing our wonderful show, we're also going to be introducing the lead of our show. And this is a young actor, up and coming, whose name we all predict is going to be a household name eventually. He's already very successful as a model. And when I was picked up at the airport, all I heard about on the whole drive there was about this boy and his abs. And I was like, what? Idris's abs. Well, here, guys, take a look. Can you see those abs there? Woo! Anywho.
Yeah,
so
there's
I'm like,
a funny story about that with the abs. We had one night we were filming, we had to switch shirts real quick. And so we had to just take our shirts off right there. And of course, I'm just like, yeah, okay, yeah, go away. Go away.
100%. So without further ado, we are going to introduce the lead of our show, Mr. Idris. He has to Vilju. Yay! Where's our clap?
Oh, I forgot. I was so excited for Idris.
Oh no! Here, I'm going to remove him and bring it back on.
We got it.
Here he is. Yay!
We got Mr. Abs here.
There we go. Woohoo! So yes, we have Mr. Abs here, but I think he's probably more than just abs, right?
Hopefully.
Just a talking midsection the whole entire time.
That's right. So So Idris, so everyone's very familiar with David Howard Thornton, but tell us a little bit about yourself, young man.
Yeah. Well, first off, it's great seeing you again, David. I had an amazing
Yeah.
time on set with David. Completely different person, by the way, because when me and David first met, we both thought that we were gonna be like these conceited, like I don't know if I can curse, but assholes on the on the set to each other. So we were both amazed by
Yeah.
how down to earth we both were.
Oh yeah, because all I've seen are his modeling photos. And he's just super serious and stuff. Like, oh yeah, I'm like, oh god, he's probably gonna be one of those like extremely serious guys. And he's just a big goofball.
Little goofball, good looking
No, but-
goofball with abs.
With abs, don't forget that. I started acting and modeling about almost 2 years now ago. I did a lot of branding deals with like Giorgio Armani, and then I did a lot of runways and a bunch of different stuff. I did a show for BBC in London, which is what kind of got me into the acting. I did another show for Power on Stars, and then a couple stuff here and there, and then I landed the Dead Place, and I got the lead role, and I had an amazing time filming with that, and that's where my love for acting sparked even more.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, I can speak for I had one. So for those of you who follow me, it's literally it's a cameo. I'm on for like just a couple seconds, but those couple seconds were with our star here and his family, and his professionalism on set was just fantastic. I mean, I was very impressed. It seemed like you'd been doing films your whole life. You were like totally chill and relaxed, but as every single time he said action, you were ready to go, and you had to do that jump scare thing. We won't say why, but you did it just fabulously, like take after take after take. So, kudos to you. Anyway.
Thank you.
Let me get the clap.
So here we go again. And just for you guys to know, there's almost our whole, it looks like everybody from Dead Places on here. I see Jack is here. We've got Dave, we got Travis, we have look at everybody. Dee is on here. Montavious is here. Jeremy, yay, Jeremy. Yeah. So anyway, lots and lots of people. Now we are waiting for our director. I'm not quite sure where he's disappeared off to, but let's
make a grand entrance.
He'll make a grand entrance. So
he's on California time.
There you go. Right. The three of us, John is your Central Time.
I'm right in the middle.
You're right in the middle, but right Idris and David and I are all here in New York, New Jersey area, so we're all in the same time.
I wonder if Michael realizes it's at 9:30 our time and not 9:30 California time.
Maybe Jeremy or one of you guys watching, can one of you call him and say, "Dude, you're not on your show.
You're late."
Yeah,
you're late.
Yeah,
where are you?
You're late to your own.
Michael Pickle, he says, "Guess I'll just watch." He's right here. What the heck?
Oh, he's here? Oh, there he is. Yay!
Michael, what did you
not get the link?
Did you not get the link, Michael? It's on the thing. It's in our little group
find
thing.
Out. Yeah.
We need you, Michael. We need
Michael,
you.
that's crazy. John, you're able to have more than 3 people on this, right?
Yeah, we should have like up to 12. I got the, I went all out, the professional mode.
Okay, so John,
there's plenty of room.
Oh
so
yeah.
Michael,
when I joined, it said
like
you can have up to 10
bunch.
people.
Yeah, so Michael, just figure. I don't know where he on earth is. Oh, I hope David Howard Thornton makes an appearance at Michigan Oddity.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
I wish I could do it next month, but I'm going to be moving to Los Angeles next month, so that's my. Got to be doing that and doing some pickups and stuff like that, and maybe filming something else too. So June's unfortunately really busy for me, but maybe next year.
Busy month. Well, see, so David is moving off, going off to big old LA, which is a good move for doing film. But David, because I lived there first before coming here. Oh, Michael says he's got no link.
I can send it to him.
Yeah, send that the whole Facebook.
Yeah, send him the link again. Michael, we're going to get you on. If you go back to our chat on Facebook, the link is there.
I'll just send it to him directly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But David, when you move to LA, there are going to be lots of things that's going to drive you nuts as a New Yorker. I can promise you. I lived in LA for a long time. You're going to love the weather. You're going to love the fresh fruit. You're going to love that you can just. There are a lot of things you'll love about it. But then, as a New Yorker, guaranteed, the speed at which people are like dum de dum de dum,
Yeah.
going to drive you nuts. And just they are a lot of the. Oh, I shouldn't be speaking. There's lots of people from LA here. Sorry. But anyway, it's a different world. It's
different vibe.
It's a different vibe. The coasts of our country are further apart than up between us and Canada. So like the west coast of Canada and the west coast of the US are very similar. And the east coast of Canada and New York or, the US are similar.
Yeah.
The middle parts. But anyway. But yes, I wanted to well, while we're waiting to try to get our director on here, why don't we start with you?
He should be here any second. Here he is.
Yeah.
I get the clap. I got it ready.
I got it ready.
Oh, he's got the clap.
Okay, here we go. Oh, I can't reach him down
line,
there.
Everything tonight, huh?
Yeah.
John, can you reach? My screen won't let me let him in.
There we
he
go.
is. Yay! He has arrived. He has arrived.
Writer, director, Michael Pickle.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. So we've been talking all kinds of smack about you, and
in LA.
And David was telling us how he's been doing lines. No, I'm just kidding.
Lines, the clap. We got it all going on here tonight.
Oh, we've got our Montavious has a question for B. David Idris. What made you all agree to join the Dead Place? What about the script pulled you in? Well, let's take a question
I
right
think
now.
with Beatrice, I don't want to answer for you. Michael was on and you heard about the movie and you really wanted to be a part of it.
100%. And I actually contacted Michael Pickle.
I did too. I'm like, she's like, she already got a hold of me because I'm like, let me see. I'll see if
I got a hold of Michael, right? Michael's in it. I called you and I said I wanted to be on it, I think.
Yeah, you asked if there was anything available for you, and it just so happened there was.
Yeah, and then I just showed you on screen. I think we did a little like sort of improv-ish thing, and then he hired me. So yay!
Wahoo!
So tell us what was your process? Did you get Idris or David first?
I got Idris first because I knew I couldn't make this movie if I didn't find my lead.
Right.
Isaac had been living in my head for about 15 years. And it had to be the perfect casting. I was not going to settle. So the moment I found him, that's when the wheels went into motion.
Awesome. So we thank you, Idris, because without you, it wouldn't be happening. If you could just say in like 3 words, maybe, Michael, what were the 3 things about Idris that you decide that were the cincher?
He was very natural. I could tell right away he was talented. He's one of those actors that are born with a natural talent, and then he took that natural talent and nurtured it, and he really cared about the character, and I could see it in his eyes right away, just the way the conviction in his voice when he read the lines. We go by instinct when we cast. And my fellow producer, James Rivera, and I were watching the auditions, and we went through about 20 that just weren't good, just weren't our Isaac. And then as soon as Idris came on screen, we both looked at each other and we just knew right away, this is the guy. And it's funny because he doesn't fit the look of the original. I thought it was going to be like a pale, skinny kid with long black hair. But he was Idris was more muscular, jock looking, but he really sold the darkness that's in that character. So he just blew us away from the moment we saw his audition.
Awesome. How's your head feeling right now, Idris?
Okay. Expanding.
I don't know if he's frozen. He's striking a pose. That's his pose. It's his model face. He's got blue steel going. Yeah.
I mean, he's got Art the Clown and Freddy Krueger's mom and the director all like bowing at your feet. So he's got a good intro.
But one interesting thing about the audition, like before I submitted it to Michael, is I remember when I did get it in and when my manager explained it to me, like about the role and about like the character and everything. Like I was definitely interested in like the concept of the movie, but when I read the role description, I was like, I'm never getting this because this is like nothing like me. Because they're saying like how he's skinny and he's pale and he's like very introverted and he doesn't really get out much and very very shy type of kid. And I remember when recording it, I didn't really think anything of it. And when I did get the role, one of the people that worked on my team at the time, uh, they we ended up parting ways, and they contacted Michael first. So Michael had their email, but nobody else's email on my team. So I remember Michael emailed them, but we didn't get back to him like months after. And
Oh
so my
no.
manager finally realized that we got an email from Michael, and then we went from there. And it happened to be that when I did get that call, I was also on vacation. So
Oh boy. Wow. Well, so you're lucky that it worked out because that
yeah,
could have been a loss for everybody. Wow.
yeah.
That similar thing happened to me when I first got cast as Art. I didn't hear anything for 4 months after the auditions.
Oh
And
wow.
then Damien sends me a message, hey, can you come in for a makeup test and everything like that? I'm like, oh, okay. It's because he had apparently told the agent I was with at the time, but they just didn't bother to tell me. There's a reason I'm not with that agent anymore. I was just like, yeah. It's like, huh?
Need you to
Crazy.
do your job.
Yeah, it's like that's like one of the most important. It's the fun part of the job is to tell your client they got the
That they got the
role. I'm like,
role.
holy crap! For like 4 months, I'm like, well, I guess I didn't get it.
What the hell? And you could have totally then been unavailable, or they might have just thought like they don't want to work with you because you're not responding. Like, wow, man, that's
it was insane. So
And it kind of turned out to be a small opportunity for you. I mean,
just
people
very,
heard
very
about the
small.
movie.
Very small opportunity.
yeah. Well, I've heard a lot about your audition the audition you did for that, right? Improvising, eating ahead or something like that, and
it was just they just told me to improvise a scene where I decapitated a victim, and I was happy about doing it, and I just went crazy with it. And
right.
It's online, so people can see it. Yeah.
Oh wow, adding extra salt. So Michael, tell us about. So did you contact David first? Like how was that process?
Yeah, I contacted him, and David's nice enough. He was already becoming a big star, and he was willing to do smaller podcasts. So my production partner, James Rivera, and I had a podcast, and we called him. I contacted him, asked him if he would come on, and he did. And then while we were talking to him on the podcast, I started finding out about his theater background. And then I started picturing, because that's another, the new kid was supposed to be Idris's age. He's supposed to be a high school age kid. And then when David started talking about his theater background, I started imagining what it would be like with him in that role. And I saw his performance as the Joker. So I was like, oh yeah, that would be perfect for the, and it would even be freaky that he's this 40-year-old guy trying to pass as a high school student.
It's like Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
21 Jump Street. That's what it was about, right?
Yeah. So
was it this show? Michael,
yeah,
is it this?
That one.
See.
So I slowly started writing him. I didn't want to bombard him with too much too quick. So I just little descriptions of the character and gauging his interest. And then he finally said he would like to read the script, and it was history from there.
Yeah.
Wow. But 4 months later.
Yeah.
So he was thinking, oh my gosh, oh crazy.
Yeah.
And then so what was your experience, Idris, working the first time you met David? I mean, had you seen Terrifier, or maybe you're not old enough to have seen it? Sorry.
No, actually, the ironic part is when I did get the role and I found out, because when I did the audition, I wasn't 100% aware that it was a horror movie. I don't know how the heck I missed it, but I wasn't 100% aware that it was a horror movie. And when I found out that it was ironic because I don't really like horror movies. Like, I've never really watched a horror movie in my life, at least not until recently. And then I heard also about David, and I was at the time like unaware. I heard about like the Terrifier and stuff just because it's like, it's on like, Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff, like all the edits and whatnot. So I was aware of the character, was not aware that David played the character. So obviously, like I looked at David's Instagram and I saw who he was, and Michael was explaining to me, the role that he was playing, and I found it, all very, very interesting. And until we had our first scene together, what was our first scene? Our first scene was at the desks. Yeah. So our first scene was I'm not gonna like spoil anything, but our first scene was like we're at a desk together, and he did something, and I was just like I was blown away because like he was like I was like damn, like I'm working with like a real professional. Like it was like I wasn't like expecting it when we first started the scene, and then like afterwards I was like, man, I really got to bring my A game because he was bringing it. And
yeah, you kept your composure pretty well. I thought I could see that twinkle in your eye that you're about to start cracking up at one point. And I was like, oh no, don't do it.
So hard, so hard.
And
I kept trying to put my head down so the camera couldn't see me.
that particular scene was just magic for me because there's a handful of scenes in this movie where I looked through the camera lens and I saw what had been in my brain for so long, and it fit it so exactly. Mm-hmm. And I can't believe how David nailed that part. And then all Idris's reactions. It's basically just the villain introducing himself to the main character. But I'd always pictured that in my head, and it's like someone took it out of my head and put it right on screen. I'm still so proud of that scene.
Oh, that is fantastic! Like that's the best news as an actor.
Yeah,
you guys should be super proud. I mean, that's to be able to bring the director's dream, what they visualized into reality is like that's doing your job. Mm-hmm. We'll give a little peek here. This is the look. Everybody, so you get to actually see his face without the clown makeup and those nice evil eyes.
Still got a big smile though. He loves to smile.
Yeah.
It's my Joker face.
I guess the next role will have to be the sad clown or somebody sad.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to see Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger, I've mentioned that a few times, but I would love to see you do the Joker. I mean, DC's been screwing up. Hopefully they can get it right.
Yeah.
Cast the right
Someone
Joker
get James Gunn on the phone. I'd be happy to.
And Freddy's a happy one too. Freddy's happy. It's got to be more. I'm sure he can play more than happy.
Oh yeah, but I like playing those type of villains, like the mischievous, fun ones. So those are fun. They're
right, because you did the mean one and all that kind of stuff. You have that energy. Oh, people are going to be so excited to see this. So you pulled together like an incredible cast, Michael. So we have here's Jake, who plays Idris's brother, right?
Yeah.
And then we've got the gorgeous Lexi, who's also probably destined for greatness. So you got an amazing cast together. And then the teenager.
Bradford.
Yeah.
I always got to see Bradford every time I see Angel. I had a teacher named Bradford. Long story. So yeah, Bradford. Angel Bradford's awesome.
Right.
It's a good thing I produced this movie myself because a production company would not have let me put this cast together because they were union, non-union from all over the country.
Yeah. And crazy age differences, playing the teenagers. But I don't know. For high school, for some reason, a lot of movies have done that. It's just like this wacky group of ages playing the high schoolers. I just found out, just really briefly, the film that I just finished doing that it's The Final Walk. It was me and two other people, and we're supposed to have been high school friends from 35 years ago, and we've gotten together, and it's me and two guys, and the one guy, good looking, he's a gay gentleman, so he's like very into his looks anyway, like he takes good care of his skin and his hair and everything, so he looked fabulous. But the other guy looked like just freaking amazing, a black gentleman, and he was joking, oh, black don't crack and all that kind of stuff because he had no wrinkles. But then after a while, we're chit-chatting one day, and it's supposed to have been 35 years since we were all in high school. It turns out the actor is only freaking 40. He just turned 40. I'm like, wait, what? I'm 22 years older. I mean, I could be your mom, and I'm playing no wonder I look horrible next to you. Go away. That's like everyone with Idris. Like Idris and your abs, just go away. You make us all look bad.
And speaking of age, Beatrice, you play Idris's character's grandmother, and you're old enough to be his grandmother, but you don't look old enough because
No.
Oh, well.
people may not even believe that you're his grandmother.
Well, I hopefully with all that, the ghosty makeup. But yes, I could totally be everybody's grandmother here. Seriously, I started late. But yeah. David, so what was it like having played such an iconic thing now? Art the Clown is just so well known, and that there is, because it is the villain, and there is similarity because they are, but it's a completely different character. What was that like for you?
Oh, it was fun because I finally got to talk.
Right?
I have not had lines in I don't know how long. I was like, oh my God, I got to sit down and memorize a script again. Oh, Jesus. I forgot what that was like.
Right? See, there he goes again, doing his lines.
Yeah. Because I'm so like Terrifier and some of the other stuff I've done. I'm usually silent character, so I read over the script several times, so I know I have things in my mind. But like most of the time, I just show up on set. I'm like, okay, what am I doing? I mean, that's a constant joke on Terrifier. I just walk up to Damon's like, so what am I doing? And I just improv basically. And so this time I had to sit there and memorize lines. I'm like, oh my God, it's been a while since I've done this, but it was fun. I want to do something interesting with the character as well, because it comes from my stage days. I never really like to use my real voice in anything. Every character I play, I like to do some kind of different thing with my voice or something like that, because I feel like if I'm using my own voice, I'm not really becoming the character as much, especially when it's a character like this character. I don't think it would have worked with my natural speaking voice, so I did some modifications with that, and I had a lot of fun toying around with them that way.
Oh, fun. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, and I imagine, because the freedom of improv, it is a very different thing. I mean, when you're doing Art the Clown, but no, it looked like you had just as much great fun doing this.
Oh yeah.
And so, Michael, tell the audience. We know your story, but most people don't. Like how long this had been with you, and what it took to make this film actually happen. Because that's an inspirational story in itself, I think.
Yeah, I was actually a singer in a band when I first got the idea for the movie 15 years ago. I had no aspirations to make movies. I'd always been a writer, but I'd always been mostly a poet and a lyricist. And we visited this asylum that was supposed to be haunted. And I had an experience when I came home from the asylum where I woke up and there were demons in my bed. And there were people sitting all around the bed discussing about throwing me into an asylum. So it gave me an idea for this whole sprawling story, and I ended up splitting it into 3 parts. And it was one long movie for a long time. As you can imagine, it was really hard to get made, and it was almost impossible. So I was doing other things to get experience to make it. And then finally, when I split it into 3 parts, it started being something that's doable for an indie filmmaker. So I just really started going at it hard for the past 2 or 3 years.
And there were lots of times where you felt like you kind of wanted to give up, that it wasn't going to happen, right? And you were also in a lot of pain too. I remember for a lot of it, you had really bad back issues and stuff.
Yeah, around the same time as I visited that asylum, who knows? It might have happened because of the asylum, but if you believe in curses. But after I visited the asylum, I hurt my back really bad. So every time I performed with the band, I would get off stage and I would want to cry every night. And people would try to talk to me, and I'd just have a lump in my throat because the pain would be so bad. And then I kind of switched over to filmmaking, and then I kept hitting brick walls. I kept getting people who would steal my work and run with it. There were people I would work with. I would work with them for free for years, and they kept telling me that money was around the corner, and they never did. And I would sign contracts that people would renege on. I would bring millions of viewers to certain TV channels, and then they wouldn't give me any money for it through the contract, and I couldn't afford a lawyer. So it was just constant brick walls I was hitting. And then I had hit rock bottom. I'd almost decided to quit. I was like, either quit or try to do something else or do something big. And The Dead Place was the big thing that I decided to sink my teeth into. And it almost killed me, but we're still here, and it's actually made now, and it's in the editing process, and I'm very, very proud of how it came out. One thing I never expected is for it to come out. It's just in the rough stages now, but it's already better than I could have ever imagined. I hope to get somewhere close to my vision when I started making it, but I never imagined it would actually be better. And this cast came together. I've never seen anything like it. I've never had such amazing actors say my words before, and it's a whole nother level of inspiration, and I just can't wait to make another one.
Well, we're all so glad that you stuck with it. And, I have to say, from all the films that I've done, film sets and TV sets and actually even theater, I've been in a lot. I'm an old lady. And the experience, even though I was there just for such a short time, it's really stuck with me how it was just an incredible magic around your film set. But it starts with you. It started with you and your passion for the project, and you shared that with everybody. And, my experience was every single person on that set, whatever their job was giving their all. We all wanted to give our all for you because it mattered so much to you, and and then we all cared about each other. I mean, it was just this amazing family feeling and just so much love. And, right. Wasn't that you guys?
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Montavious. America's Next Top Model. And that's the thing, is he's got the killer. He's got more than one thing going there.
Yeah.
Wait, is this David is the new age Robert England?
That's sweet.
David, do you have your glove?
It's somewhere in a box right now. Yeah,
oh.
yeah.
Oh yeah, right. You're moving. What am I saying?
Yeah, it's like I got so much stuff.
Right. What? You're doing the comments there. Okay, so we need to get to our drawing here. Hold on one second. So, I think most of you know we're doing another giveaway this time because David Pickle was David Pickle. David Idris Pickle line. No. Anyway, because Michael is willing to he donated a wonderful gift, which is, you want to tell us? Oh, look at that. Woo! So it's a Dead Place tumbler. And who's that signature there? I don't know. David Howard Thornton. Woohoo! So this will be the prize that you are up for, you guys. And here we go. Let's see.
I can take it off. I just wanted to give him the solo so people could get a good view of it.
Yeah.
Yep. No, 100%.
I had to remind myself not to write Art the Clown.
Right? I know.
You get that whole pattern of just doing the signatures like that. Like, oh God, this different character. I've done that with some other characters I play too. I'm like, oh shoot. Now so I'll write Art the Clown and blah 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 blah.
Right?
Well, if you realize by the time you're done with Art it'd probably be pretty funny to cross out Art and put the kid. That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, Art the kid.
You can always catch it.
Yeah, it also works with Art the mean one too. So
Art the mean one. Well, I mean, this was the first time, because I've played now Pamela Voorhees and now 2 fan films, and for the first time I had somebody come up and have me sign both as Amanda, and that's that painting out there, Amanda and Pamela Voorhees, and I'm just so not used to signing anything other than Amanda.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah,
you just get in that whole rhythm there, and you're like,
that's who you are. Yeah. Art the Clown.
I've even written Art the Pizza before because I was talking about pizza, and I was like, oh man.
No. Yeah. You have to resign. People keep it. That's a keeper.
Oh yeah. Anyway. It was what really sucked is like one time that was on like someone's own artwork that they had done, so it wasn't on my print. So it's like, oh, I am so like, no, this is funnier. It makes it cooler. I'm like, okay.
Oh boy. So for our drawing, so Michael, how many would you say from beginning to end? Well, that's not that it's ended, but it's coming near the end. The process. How many years to put this from beginning?
It's
been 3 years. Well,
almost 16 years altogether since I first came up with the idea. But since we first started raising money for it, it's been about 2.5 years now. 2.5
years. Okay, so let's make it we'll round it up to 3. So what we'll do for this giveaway, when we bring the wheel up, which I'll do in a second, we're going to have 3 spins. The first 2 spins, the people whose name it stops on do not win anything. but they're used to it. They know. But we will kill them. So David, you're going to come up with a way that they die. All right. How Art the Clown's going to kill them. So when we're going to have somebody come up, they get to be killed by Art the Clown. David will describe how he kills you. We'll do that for the first 2 names, and then the third one is the actual winner who will get the tumbler. Okay. All right. So here we go. We're going to bring up this here. Okay. Here's our wheel. Now it's very small on my screen, but hopefully you guys can see it. And are we ready? And here we go. It's spinning. It's spinning. Where it stops, no one knows.
So many names, you can't even see it.
I know, but it will come up. Okay, so Steve McGrath, the fates have chosen you. David, can you tell us how Steve McGrath is going to die?
Oh gosh, I think what I'm gonna do with him, I'm gonna I'm gonna slash his belly open, scoop out his insides, and jump rope with his intestines.
Oh, all right. Okay. That's how you die, Steve McGrath. You have just been killed by Art the Clown. Our second death coming up is... Oh, Cricket. Oh, my God.
Cricket.
Look at that. Oh, how fun is that? All right, how is Cricket going to die?
Oh, Cricket, what I'm going to do with her, I came up with this idea one time when I was really annoyed with people outside my apartment revving their car engines and stuff like that, smoking their tires. So it's like, I'd get her behind one of those cars and put her face up against the tire so the tire ruins the face.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Cricket. Did you hear that? Oh, my goodness. That's going to be pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
All righty. Actually, this is too much fun. Let's do one more before. We're going to do one more kill.
Okay.
Just for the heck of it, because I think people are having too much fun here. One more kill. And then that person, if they're going to be pissed because they'll say, oh, I could have won. Oh. Skylar Diane Davis. Are you even on here? We don't know, but let's see how this Skylar Skane Davis will be killed.
Skylar is going to die by watching improv students doing improv for hours on end until they die of boredom.
Oh my God, that sounds like the what was it on? Was it the where the dark? Come on, you guys. What's the weird family? Not the Munsters, the other one. And they had to go into the happy house.
Oh, yeah, Addams Family. Yeah,
Addams Family, right. Kind of sounds like that. Okay. There you go. Crazy improv. Not by
give us
mine.
a scene and a location and a job and go.
Right.
Oh, God, just...
Oh, that was so funny. Okay, and this now is for the winner. This one will win. Oh, death by whose line is it anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I worked with those two guys. That's where I learned improv is back in Canada.
With Ryan or Colin or
Colin Mockery and Ryan Stiles were both.
That's so cool.
The three of us we had the same agent in Vancouver, and we also and this was before they were big and famous. It was called Theater Sports, and we would just do theater sports at the local theater doing improv, and they were like just freaking amazing. We had so much fun, and of course then they become who they are.
Hysterical. They're fantastic. I've been watching this show that's on Amazon. I think it's on Amazon, where it's called Last Comic Laughing.
Okay.
And it's where they have all these comics trapped in a room together, and they are trying to make each other laugh. And they got it's got like Tom Green, Colin Mockery's on it, Dave Foley. So all these great Canadian comedians all locked in a room together trying not to laugh at each other. It's fantastic.
Oh, that would be that. I gotta
Yeah.
find that. That sounds
Oh,
totally
it's
fun.
fantastic.
Yeah, most fun we would have was the songs. They were all so good at doing that, like just
Oh,
Robin coming up
gosh.
with songs together, and we'd be like, "Oh, where is my banana?" All these ridiculous things. But anyway, all right. So now this is for our winner, the one that will get the autographed tumbler, Dead Place tumbler, autographed by the one and only David Howard Thornton. And who will it be?
Will of morality, turn. Tell us a lesson we shall learn.
Whoa, Clint Beaver. Congratulations, Clint. So Clint Beaver, you got to quickly respond in the comments. I'm here. Otherwise, we're going to have to give it to someone else. Come on, Clint Beaver. I didn't see your name in comments. So you got 5. I'm counting down to 1. Oh, Clint. Is he there? Is Clint Beaver Canadian? Clint Beaver? So close, James. But I don't see Clint Beaver. Remember, I'm sorry, guys, but you do have to be there if you're...
Oh, no.
I'm not seeing him. One more chance, Clint. Otherwise, it goes to someone else. What do we think, folks? He has not shown up, and that is our...
I think David needs to kill him for not being here.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know.
I mean, guys, we give these things away free, which is just pretty amazing that we keep doing this. But you have to at least show up for our show. Otherwise, what the heck?
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, Clint. You've lost it. He gets killed by the we're gonna bash him with that the thing that we're giving away. What is it called?
The tumbler.
Tumbler. Thank you. We're gonna tumble you with a tumbler, Clint.
Yeah.
You lost out. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. He's removed.
And he gets
Sorry.
eaten up by beavers.
And he gets eaten up by beavers because we think, yes, your chances just went up. Here we go. One more chance, folks. Whee! Look at that spin. Psychedelic. Woohoo! Antonia! Wow!
Look at you, Antonia. And
Look at that. Hasn't she won before, this wonderful lady of ours?
He has.
But congratulations, Antonia. You're super supportive. We know how to reach you. You will get your wonderful prize. Congratulations. Yay.
Tony. Look at you, Tony.
Vive la France.
That's artist Michael Toastmom. He does a lot of the Art Krispies back there and some of the stuff that's all glared up out there.
Nice.
You did this one where you're killing Mike Levy and Jason Levy from
wait.
Normal
Finbar in the background.
Oh, you know
what?
what?
Mike owns the original, you know.
Yeah.
So, guys, wait. In the comments, they're saying, is she here? That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's saying, is she here?
She's here.
Well,
she's always here.
I know she is, but is she right now? We love you dearly, but you do have to be here. It's not fair if you're not.
Oh, no.
Oh, Mike, you better get on your mom there. You better tell her. You better be paying attention.
You get that mom on here.
She's here. She's here.
Okay, Tony does. Okay, you're there. Yay.
Yay.
Congratulations, sweetie.
We gave you a clap. I'll go back to it here.
What's that?
Got an extra.
Okay, well, congratulations. Okay, so Michael, well, first of all, a lot of people are asking when it's coming out. What's our estimated?
We're looking at early summer release for sure. The exact date will depend, of course, on the distributor that picks it up. We have about 5 or 6 distributors interested. We just finished last week. We finished the locked video, so we have a fully locked video. Full movie. It's about an hour 35 minutes. I'm sending it to a really good composer this week. I can't say who it is yet, but he's the composer of one of my favorite horror films. He's looking at it this week. He actually contacted me wanting to do the score for it. And I'm also talking to a guy who's doing color correction and sound design. So as soon as all that stuff's done, we're going to be handing it over to a distributor.
Wonderful.
Fabulous. So is it so is it going Mozart, Thomas listen. Thomas. Is it and so the reason so it's going to be in theaters first? Yes?
Yeah, all the distributors that approached me, I told them that we wanted a theatrical release.
Wow.
I wanted a streaming release on Shudder and a Blu-ray release.
Oh, that's
Woohoo.
fantastic. Holy
That's
crap.
come
Good
on,
for
where's our
you.
clapping? That needs
Oh,
to be shared.
woohoo.
Woohoo.
Man, I got a busy year with releases. Holy crap.
Jeepers creepers. That's
Yeah.
amazing, David. And,
I
and
also
it,
got Scream coming out in August and Terrifier 3 coming out in October.
wow, that's awesome. You're-
Busy.
Yeah, when does Stream come out again? Because I got the Doomsday Script business in there. I got
Yeah. That's
Like-
sometime in August. I think it's like around near like the last 2 weeks of August or something like that.
You got a busy year, man.
Yeah,
Busy.
yeah. And I have another movie that's supposed to come out in January too, but I can't say what that is yet because they
Oh.
haven't announced me yet. But they've announced the movie, they just haven't announced me in it yet.
Oh wow. Good for
I'll
you.
I'll just say, oh boy. Maybe that's all I can say.
Oh, what fun! Oh, that's
Yeah.
really cool. And Idris, I mean, you've seen yourself obviously with modeling on print and all that kind of stuff, but you're going to see your big old abs, your handsome abs on a big old screen, is what I meant. Quite fun. Oh, so will there be? So I missed the party, of course, because it was out in LA, and now with David moving there, probably everything's going to be in LA now. But so you'll have a screening, a premiere, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll have a big premiere and everything. I'm not sure whether we're gonna have a LA premiere and a New York premiere yet or not, but we probably will end up doing that.
Ooh, okay. Well, I'll be at the New York one for sure. Idris and I will
It'll
both.
be easier
both
for
be there.
me.
Right?
So,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's going to be so much fun. Okay, and then so for those people watching us who don't really know anything about the film, other than that these wonderful people are in it, Michael, how would you sell the film to everybody?
Idris plays a high school senior named Isaac who's plagued by visions of the dead. He sees dead people walking around trying to communicate with him. Well, malevolent entity, David Howard Thornton plays the new kid. Him and another, like a demon, they latch themselves onto him because as the souls are drawn to him, they feed off of those souls. So throughout the movie, they get more and more powerful as they feed off those souls, and they're trying to get Isaac to join them and go on a killing spree. So the whole thing is kind of veering toward a killing spree. Like these entities are pushing him toward it, and then his best friend Catherine is trying to pull him away from it. So it's a constant bombardment of evil through the whole thing, and David plays a really creepy character.
Yeah, so it's unique, it's original. It's not the same formula as a lot of films lately. It's just sort of the same formula. This is quite unique, quite interesting, and has a fabulous cast. So
And I also wanted to tell a story about bullying where Idris plays a character who bullies try to bully him, but he's not really a person who gets bullied. And then you see that not everything's black and white, that there's things that are influencing the bullies to be aggressive, and so it's a more complicated issue like bullying really is. It's not so cut and dry.
right. Yeah. I mean, that's probably about the only thing that's a little hard to believe, but they pull it off perfectly, that somebody looking like Idris and somebody looking like Lexi could possibly get bullied. But it's of course not always about just looks. It's the groups in school, when whether you're the artsy kids or this versus the jocks and whatnot. But yeah, I think everyone will enjoy this, and should be on the lookout for The Dead Place. And all of us will keep announcing the dates and when it's going to be released, so you guys can all be following it. And other ways you want fans and audience to support this, Michael? I guess just following, right, and spreading the word.
And since we still have the sound design and score and stuff and all that to do, we're going to do one more push for a budget to get over the finish line. So starting Friday, we're going to have a little 2-week sale. We're going to go ahead and do it on our Indiegogo page since it's still live, since we went in demand. So for 2 weeks, I'm going to slash everything: t-shirts, posters, stills. I'm going to slash a lot of things are going to be slashed in half. and it's going to be your last chance to get your name in the credits. So everybody jump on that. We're going to bring the name in the credits down to like $25.
Wow.
So this is your last chance. So starting Friday for the next 2 weeks, we're going to slash the prices on everything and get this last little bit of budget.
Well, I have a fun perk idea that just percolated in my brain. I mean, both David and I are both super good because David's going to be moving, but because David likes improv, how about people can have a 3-minute or something, a 3-minute improv with David and I. We can be as Art the Clown and Amanda Kruger. We will improv something around your name for your birthday or something. And, like instead of just doing a shout out, we can do a weird little improv for you for
that'd be nice.
$500. No, I don't know. What would that be worth to have Amanda Kruger and Art the Clown improv a story about you, a 3-minute story that you can keep? That's creative, right?
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
People could just bid. You guys have to send Michael your bids if you want that perk. And the highest bidder will win. Either that or you can get a wall poster of Idris's abs. How about that, Idris?
I think that would definitely sell.
Yeah. A lot of people here will remind them once again, you can see those abs up close.
It's no fair.
Well, they can see. Okay, how about we'll send our abs? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Like,
No.
that's a horror film.
No. The good thing is, it's like I don't necessarily have to get naked this next film, so that's good. It's like that was enough for everybody. I think in Terrifier 2.
David's gonna start doing crunches. He's talking about some abs. Got to get some abs going.
Oh
next
God,
time
I had a lot. They actually had me lose some weight for Terrifier 3, so it's like, oh no.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they wanted me to be really emaciated for it. So I was like, oh, God, no.
Oh, no.
I like to eat on these conventions.
I know. That's what sucked. I was like, for about a month or so there, I was just eating no carbs after 5 o'clock at night. So I was just doing like chicken and rice and salad for like a month and a half. And I was like, this sucks.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, crazy. Now, one thing I wanted to ask you, David, about that Terrifier 3, even though we're talking about this. Are you going to ruin Christmas for me forever?
Oh, yeah. There's definitely going to be some controversial scenes in this thing.
Boy.
Oh, yeah. It's like, yes, it is true that I almost puked on set. There was something we did that really grossed me out. And I was like, yep.
Oh, boy.
They got some good behind the scenes footage of that too, because I'm like, go ahead and start rolling on this, guys. It's gonna be good.
Oh no!
Terrifier 2 was so brutal. What do we do next week? We add more brutal.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
We're gonna make David puke this time.
Yeah, let's see how controversial we can go with some of these kills.
All right.
Oh God.
Oh, what's this? Here we go. Wait, what? Yeah, what's Christmas without a little blood?
Oh, I know. Puts the red and green.
Yeah, there you go.
Hopefully, the new family tradition of the mashed potatoes makes a little scene too.
I can't say. So it's just like,
Any chance for questions, Travis? That one doesn't count. Go ahead, Travis. What's your question? We've got a couple minutes left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love when people. Can I ask you a question? Yes, you just did. You want to ask?
Yes, you just did. That was your question, right? Yeah. But or I sometimes get texts on Facebook, and if any of you who are watching are guilty of doing this, I will tell you, it drives me nuts. People will text me and go, Beatrice, or like, hey, like with a question mark.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, just ask what you're going to ask. Like, we're not having a conversation. Like, don't just whatever. It drives me nuts. Anyway,
I especially get the "Can I ask you a question?"
It's like, okay, you just did, dude. Just ask. Okay.
She is so nice.
Yes,
Rivera. I sat next to her at. I was her neighbor at Minnesota Crypticon, and she was just awesome all weekend.
Oh, I freaking love Lauren, and she's like, oh God, it's like, I mean, that's the thing. It's like when we first cast her in part 2, I wanted to go out and have lunch with her, just her, Damien, and I, because I want us to really get to know each other before we were on screen. Because like, our fates are going to be intertwined now for years to come. So it's like I think it'd be good to build a good, solid relationship before we started filming, just so we'd be really comfortable with each other and stuff like that. And it's like that's how it is now. She's like kind of like a sister to me now, and it's just I love her and her husband. Just like she's just so easy to work with, and we had some really great moments in this one. I will say that she is quite the badass in this film. So yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Ying to Art's yang.
Yes, indeed.
So here we have a question to the cast. What was everyone's favorite moment on the set for The Dead Place?
Gosh. I think mine was probably doing the scene that we used a lot of the Indiegogo backers for. That was a lot of fun doing that. That was a fun scene to do. I can't say what it was, but it was a lot of fun little kills I got to do in that. So that was
Fun.
That was a treat.
And Idris?
Honestly, I think a lot of the scenes I really enjoyed just because it was also like my first time leading a movie. But like my favorite parts were definitely towards the end, and I don't want to like spoil anything. So it was just it was a different experience, because especially doing a horror movie as your first lead movie and everything, it was great. It was something that like I'll never forget. So
yeah.
But now you have to start watching all these films, because when you go, you'll see when you start doing the convention circuits, everyone asks you always about horror films once you're, and I think that's how most of us in horror films had learned about horror films, because most of us weren't horror film fans, and then we became horror film fans because of it. So
yeah, I was already one, but I wasn't like a diehard fan, and so there were so many movies I had not seen, and when I started doing the conventions, especially, I started meeting the actors that were in these movies. I was like, I got to go back and either see them or rewatch them.
Right.
And I have a totally new appreciation for those films now after meeting and also having worked on this type of film. I have a new appreciation for them as well. So I found it interesting when I go watch a slasher film now in the theaters while everyone else is screaming, covering their eyes. I'm sitting there laughing my head off at things.
Right.
Because I'm like, oh, I love it. Like when I went to go see Thanksgiving, I was laughing my head off at the kills in that. I was like, oh, that's great.
I'm still trying to get used to it. Like I started watching more horror films like with my girlfriend and everything, but like it's just difficult for me.
Yeah.
Because, like I'm not used to it. So like a lot of like the jump scares and stuff, like, do we like have to watch another horror movie? Like we could just watch something else.
I can't stand jump scares as much. They have to be done well. Like I think my favorite jump scare I ever saw in a movie, not movie, or it was actually a series, was in the haunting, the Hill House with Mike Flanagan with in the scene in the car with the sisters, and I was like, did not expect that jump scare to come out. I mean, I literally threw my controller across the room. It scared me so much.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, shit. But that made me happy because like you actually got me. And when I met Mike, I had to tell him that you actually got me. You actually got me. It takes a lot to get me. That got me. I was like, damn. That's how you do a jump scare the right way.
Wow. Yeah. But yeah, it's wild because at the conventions now, like we know all the horror film actors. It's funny. It's this whole crazy little community.
It really is. It's become like a family. That's one of the reasons I'm excited about moving out to LA, because that's where a lot of those people are. And so they're all like, oh my gosh, when you get here, we got all have like parties and stuff. I'm like, yes. Yes, let's all get together. It's so especially when you sit back and think about the people you're sitting around and partying with. I'm like, oh my God, these are the people I grew up watching in movies, and now I'm just hanging out with them. I've been in the middle of a prank war with Kane Hodder for the past year, and that's a sentence I never expected to come out of my mouth.
Right. Yeah. No, it's true. And it's not that huge of a family. Like it's you do start to get to know pretty much, the main ones. All it's fun. Really fun. So welcome.
Great people all around.
Truly, I mean, most horror film actors are just like the sweetest, nicest people. So down to earth, Yeah. And they don't have airs the way some other genres do, I guess. And the fans, of course, are just the most amazing. They just adore.
Yeah, I feel like we kind of like lucked out in getting involved in this genre, because like horror fans are probably the most dedicated fans out there. It's like
100%.
especially
Yeah.
when it comes to the convention world, because I've been at the conventions, and you'll see the actors from the non-horror movies versus the ones from the horror movies, and it's like there's a sustainability somehow for the horror actors,
Right.
and
Well, think of
it's like
I think they tend to embrace it more in the long
Yeah.
run than others do. And it
yeah
I've been to both Comic Cons. I mean, I met you the first time at Kansas City, Planet Comic Con's Kansas City.
yeah
I waited for Data for he was asking all about. I was telling him all about Terrifier. He was asking. He was
Oh,
talking
Brandon,
Star Trek.
he's
yeah,
so
one of my
funny.
guys, big
Yeah.
Star Trek guy, and yeah, he's. So what's the deal with this Terrifier? And I was telling him all about it.
That's so crazy. Yeah, it's like my manager represents him sometimes too, so it's like
Super nice guy.
Brent's all. I talked to him for about an hour about 1776, because he played John Adams on Broadway. He's on the soundtrack I have of it, and I was like,
Oh.
it's like you're such a great John Adams. I was like, hey, you're probably getting stuff about Star Trek all the time. I'd rather talk about 1776.
Yeah, we just finished watching John Adams with the whole series with what's the actor? Oh, I love him.
Giamatti.
Yeah, Giamatti. Yeah, it was great. It was great, and Laura Linney. I think Laura Linney, right? His wife.
Yeah, he was a
Really
great John Adams. It's just like
It was fabulous. Yeah, but yeah, in terms of the longevity, I mean, look at me. I mean, 35.
Yeah.
The fact that this film was done 35 years ago, and some of the other ones 40 years. A lot of us are having our anniversary, and the fans are just as dedicated and loving. And a lot of us just in any other realm would be has-beens, but the fans are just loyal and loving and absolutely wonderful.
like you guys, especially Roger and Heather, they have a line going out the door.
Yeah.
To this day, 40 years later, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it really truly is. And so, Michael, what about you? Your favorite moment on set?
Probably
Well, it's just cast.
Probably that classroom scene, because I was just blown away on how close it looked to what I had in my mind, and just the fact that Idris brought the drama and out of that character, and then David bringing the creepiness. I just love seeing those two act together for the first time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Really,
that
really
was
excited.
that was fun. That was fun. That's the first time I had to work with that prosthetic too, which was interesting.
I remember
Don't
that.
miss
Yeah.
that though. But yeah, that was that have to hand it to Robert for Robert Bravo, our makeup designer. He was fantastic with that. It's like it was a gigantic piece, and we made it work.
Right. We're not revealing any of that though, right? Do you have photos?
No.
Have you released photos of that or no?
No, just sketches of it. Like he has like a long demon jaw that comes out when he wants to scare somebody.
Oh no, it's okay, Robert. That we made do, man.
Aw, shucks. Yeah,
Ah.
Robert was great. All right. Well, it's been awesome, you guys. I'm sure we could just talk for hours more. But this has just been a delight, and we're also looking forward to the release of The Dead Place.
Yeah.
And keep a lookout, everybody. You'll get to see David Howard Thornton in a completely new way. You'll get to know why we're all going on and on about this Idris boy. Amazing cast, and Michael. So Michael, as you know, your name had to be repeated hundreds of times today for people to get on that wheel. So making that a household name. And it's been awesome. So good luck. And I know this team will have a bunch of podcasts coming up. I think Dee is setting those up for you, right, Michael? Dee Nurmi?
Yeah. I got 3 more podcasts coming up this month. A couple more scheduled next month already. So she's doing a really good job.
Awesome.
Cool.
Big shout out to Dee.
All righty. And again, congratulations to Antonia for winning and those wonderful scares. Thank you, David, for giving us these fun scares. I think probably people enjoy that just as much as more than winning, or who knows? People love their little deaths. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. And good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. Lots of love to everybody. See you soon.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.